Kyler Murray was asked about his dramatic offseason that included a time where he deleted all of his Arizona Cardinals content from social media. Take a listen.
If you're a kid my age, you're used to people take off all that. That's just a thing. And honestly, like I said, I took everything off besides one picture, so it had nothing to do with the Cardinals or anything like that.
Shannon, do you like or do you have a problem with what Kyler said?
He's lying.
Agreed.
He's lying, and everybody knows he's lying. And he chalks it up to kids his age. How many kids your age are asking their employer, I need $200 to $300 million? How many kids your age is the face of their work environment, their workplace? You're the face of a franchise. This goes to when they said they needed someone to be, he was childish in his behavior.
Yep.
There you go.
There you go.
Everything they said about him was 100, because guess what happened? He scrubbed it, and then a couple of days later, his attorney, his agent, comes out with this thing and releases it to the public about what they want. I hope they make a commitment. If they don't, we go whoop-de-woo. Not only is he immature, his representative is even more immature.
I agree with that.
That's not how you do business.
No, it's not.
You go behind the scenes. You're trying to do everything in the court of public opinion. I hate that. This should have never been known that you're trying to work on a contract extension. We would assume, because normally after the third year skip, guy played as well as Kyler Murray has. Yep. He's in line to get a contract extension. He's very immature. He showed you that he's very immature. He got a lot of growing up to do, Skip. Yep. He has a lot of growing up to do.
I am the first to admit I am so disappointed in my man, Kyler Murray. I am now concerned about him going forward. He has made back-to-back Pro Bowls. Can't take that away. But back-to-back, he fell on his face down the stretch. He got beat up. He lost his confidence, lost his cool a few times.
Right.
And they faded and failed down the stretch twice after early success. And you were having a hard time justifying his the Pro Bowl this time. You thought Matthew Stafford. And the way the playoffs played out, you seem to be correct about that. But look, there is no denying this still young man's talent, because his playmaking skills, his quickness, his arm, all the above. But when it comes to his leadership intangibles, highly debatable.
Yes.
You have to own what you're doing.
Thank you.
He did it. And if you just own it, you could say, that's how I felt at the time, and that's how I still feel. I'm fine with that. But you can't lead a football team when you just flat out scoff at it and try to dismiss it or undercut it publicly.
And then use age as an excuse.
Yeah, I was embarrassed for him.
Thank you.
Okay, you're saying kids today do. Well, now we're back to childish.
But Kyler, as an athlete, there are times you couldn't do what kids your age was doing. Why was that? Because you wanted to be different. You wanted to be special. Now that you are different, you are special. Why do you think you should be allowed to behave just like kids your age that's not in the position that you're in? Do you get it? That becomes responsibility. What comes along with this task, what you've been at, what you embarked upon. Yep. You wanted to do this.
I agree. And then back to your agent point, usually the agent needs to be an advisor, like a big brother. And I don't know if Kyler is ordering him to do this via social or if he's just plunging out there by himself. No. This is the wrong way, barking up the wrong tree. This never works when you challenge an organization publicly like this.
But Skip, but to use, this is what a kid's my age. Yeah. How many kids your age are the quarterback of an NFL team?
No.
None. So, but you want to be a kid their age and you lack maturity. Everything the Cardinals put out there was absolutely true about this young man, unfortunately.
Fortunately.
Good criticism, guys. Good criticism. All right, still to come. Is Coach K going to have a storybook ending? Stick around. No mercy. Free and hot, the easiest decision of your trip. Okay, so even though Tom Brady retired and unretired this offseason, there's been a ton of rumors linking him to the Dolphins. One report from the Boston area even says the quarterback is actually, quote, working on the move, especially after Miami acquired so many new offensive options this offseason. Shannon, they have been stockpiling Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead. What do you make of this Brady to the Dolphins idea?
Well, I'm not buying it because I think he came back to the Bucs right before free agency, Skip, and a lot of guys made decisions to come back because Tom Brady came back. Ryan Jensen was about to hit free agency. And he said, Tom said, let's run it back. We ran it back. Chris Godwin, one of the reasons why he wanted to come back to Tampa is because, hey, Tom throwing me the ball, I want to be back with Tom. A lot of these guys, Carlton Davis came back. Leonard Fournette came back.
By the way, Logan Ryan, that Tom played with for 4 years in New England, signed with Tampa.
And because, Skip, a lot of these guys signed multi-year deals. It's just not like they signed one-year deals. So if Tom leaves after the season, I'm gonna be disappointed because I could have gone somewhere else. I didn't come here just to play with you for 1 year. But, Skip, I don't believe, and I told you this, we talked about it, I never believed Tampa was going to let Tom Brady go somewhere else because BA said it was a bad business move. And it would have been a bad business move. I get that, Tom came to you and you won a Super Bowl, but we compensated Tom for that. But we weren't about to let Tom go somewhere else, especially the NFC, and compete against us to possibly keep us from reaching our ultimate destination while he's somewhere else. So, Skip, I didn't believe that was going to happen. But if everything that you tell me is true about, let me make sure I get his name right, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. If he's the GOAT, why not go to the Glazers and say, look, it's either going to be BA or me. Because I'm sick of his bull jive. I'm sick of his shenanigans. That's all they got to do.
I think he did that.
And then what happened?
Well, it wasn't him or me. It's just keep him away from me.
Trust me, BA ain't around, and BA, hey, y'all work on the game plan. Y'all bring it to me. Let me look at it.
Let me tear it up.
I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this, get rid of this. Okay, all right, now go back at it again. So, Skip, I don't believe it. Now, I'm not saying that I don't believe that Tom Brady might not play again next year, but he said, 45, he will be 45 in August. Who knows? He might play 46, 47. Who knows? But I'm not buying this Miami situation. I'm not.
Okay. I told you quite a while back that I was told via an ex-star quarterback who's close with Brady that Brady seriously considered the week after the season ended, just the next few days after they lost at home to the Rams, going as a package deal with Sean Payton to the Dolphins via Sean Payton, that Sean initiated all of it and contacted Tom to say, how about this? And obviously, Tom loves Sean. Thought that'd be a nice, again, would it be a step up from BA as a play caller or whatever? Byron Leftwich calls a lot of the plays, but in the end, I think Tom started calling a lot of the plays. But Tom was intrigued, according to my source, by joining forces with Sean in Miami and having 2 shots a year at Belichick. So it was right on the verge. Now, they would have to get Tampa to agree to let him go or give up a third rounder.
And Sean Payton was going to have to get New Orleans because he was still in the contract.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that was. I don't know. but it seemed like they were about to let him go. Well, but he was saying, I want to sit out a year.
Yeah,
right?
But I don't think they was going to let him, like, okay, you want to go to Miami? Okay, just you've been so great with us in the community. You're great to this organization.
Maybe it'd be double compensation for both of them.
Yes.
Okay. So then Brian Flores happened. And all of a sudden it put Miami in a tough spot. And it feels like there's a lot of speculation that they felt like we have to hire, what does Mike McDaniel call himself? Multiracial.
Multiracial.
Okay. We got to go that direction because of this pending lawsuit. Okay. So it fell apart. So the point is, we're back to the source. Dale Arnold has been at WEEI in Boston for a long time. He's legendary, and he is credited with breaking the first story of Brady to the Bucs. So I'm going to have to regard this with a lot of respect. I'm going to have to give it some credibility that he's saying they're still working on trying to get Brady's still working on trying to get to Miami.
Well, it'd definitely be a lot easier because Brady only had 1 year left. So this is the last year that he has under contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That makes it a lot easier moving forward than it did this year because, Skip, I never believed that the Bucs was going to let Tom Brady walk. I just didn't believe that, especially if what you said, like originally maybe one of his main goals was to get to San Francisco, back to his hometown where, you know, he adored, admired Joe Montana, my hometown team. Let me win a Super Bowl for my hometown team. That would be my crowning achievement. Yeah, I love the 6 that I got in New England, love the one that I did in Tampa. But can you imagine, Skip, going to get a third now with a different team? Because, you know, he and Peyton both have 2 with 2 different teams.